In the previous video, I talked about what a flyer is and what the objectives are in this lesson. Now we're going to go ahead and start to create the document. So before we get started, we are going to go ahead and save the document in your file. In the purpose of this video, since I'm recording this tutorial at my own house, I'm going to save in a file on the desktop. While you were working on this in school, you're not going to want to save the files in the desktop because tomorrow it may not be there. So you are going to save your file in your R2-D2 folder. If you're not sure how to do this, please raise your hand and I will come around to assist you. So I'm going to go ahead and save. There's going to be a common saving convention that we're going to be using for this document, as well as other documents that we do in class. So to save, we're going to go to File, Save As, and like I said, I'm saving to desktop, and you will save in your R2-D2 H drive. We are going to save this as Surf Flyer, and then you are going to hold down Shift and press the hyphen right next to the 0 on your keyboard. That will get an underscore. And then you're going to type out your name and then save. So we just saved a document. So the first step in creating a document is to enter its text. For the purposes of this class, you're going to enter in text by just typing on the keyboard. By default, Word is going to position text as you type at the left margin here. In a later section of this module, you'll learn how to format or change the appearance of the entered text. So we're going to go ahead and start typing the text in the flyer, and the first line of text is going to be Surfs Up with an exclamation point. And then we're going to go ahead and press the Enter key to move the insertion point to the beginning of the next line. Now you may find it helpful to display formatting marks while working in the document. To display formatting marks, you're going to go ahead and click over here in the paragraph group, and here are the formatting marks where it says Show and Hide. Speaking about groups, this right here is called the ribbon. The ribbon is just basically a set of commands that are in the Microsoft Office suite. They're separated by tabs and then again by groups. So for example, we are on the Home tab, and we've got some groups here, like the clipboard group, the font group, the paragraph group, and the styles group, as well as the editing and voice group. So the show and hide button is underneath the paragraph group. So a formatting mark is a character that a word displays on the screen, but it's not visible on a printed document. So this symbol right here signifies that it's a paragraph. Now in your English class, they might say a paragraph could be 3 to 5 sentences, but in the purpose of document creation, any line until you press the Enter key is indicated as a paragraph. So that's why this is a paragraph mark. But make sure you remember that in your English class, or if in any compositions or any essays you write, a paragraph is something that's usually 3 to 5 or 5 to 7 sentences. Okay, so this is the paragraph formatting mark, and we can turn it on and off just by clicking this button. And it's not going to appear on the printed document, so it's just going to be on the screen here. Now, in the flyer, the digital picture of the surfer that we're going to add is between the headline and the body copy. We're not going to insert that until we add all text. So we are going to go ahead and press the Enter key one more time. That will insert an extra blank line. Now, the next step in creating this flyer is to enlarge the contents that appear on the screen, because you want the text to be so large that it's easy to read. So we're going to go ahead and look at the zoom slider here. You can see when you make this bigger or smaller, it zooms into the document. There's also 3 different buttons here. We've got read mode, print layout and web layout. We've also got the zoom level here. When you click on it, it will give us lots of options. We're going to find page width. So as you can see, the zoom is close enough to where the text appears bigger. Now we're going to go ahead and type the first sentence of the body copy. Learn to surf or improve your form and skills on the waves through expert instruction from our award-winning surf school. Period. Now, when you're typing, you'll notice that between award and winning, it didn't keep going off the edge of the page. That's something in Microsoft Word called word wrap. And what word wrap does is allows you to type words in a paragraph continually without pressing the enter key at the end of each line. Back in the day with typewriters, you used to have to move the actual line over because it wouldn't do it itself. As you type, if a word extends beyond the right margin, Word's going to automatically position that word in the next line. So basically what it does is it wraps. Then what we're going to go ahead and do is press enter to go on to the next line. Now, when you're typing, you might notice you might spell a word wrong or whatnot. The spelling and grammar check allows you to, it tells you whether or not, most of the time, whether or not a word is spelled wrong. Now, if a word's in a dictionary and it's spelled wrong, it's not going to tell you if it's wrong or not. It may if it's contextual. However, it's only about really 95% accurate. So don't rely completely on spelling and grammar check. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how that all works. So I'm going to type in down here private or goop. Okay. Now if you would have noticed, goop is not going to be a word. If I press enter, it's going to have this red wavy line underneath it. And basically what that means is it's not in the Word's dictionary because it's a proper name or it's misspelled. Okay? If we had a green underline here, that indicates that the text might be incorrect grammatically, so it may not have a period or it might be missing a comma. And if it's a blue wavy underline, it indicates that the text might contain a contextual spelling error, such as the misuse of a homophone, which is a word that's pronounced the same but has a different spelling or meaning, such as one, O-N-E, and one, W-O-N. So you'll see that goop is actually spelled wrong. A good way to fix this is if you notice that red's there, you can right-click on it, and then it might give you some spelling suggestions. This one is group, a collection, crowd, or band. We didn't mean go up, and we didn't mean gout, so group, and that will fix it for you. Now what we're going to do is enter in some more text. So we're going to type in lessons here, and then press the enter key. Then we're going to type in photo and video packages available. Press enter. Reef, shoes, and surfboard rental included. And then the enter key. And then we're going to type in to sign up for a lesson, comma, call 555-surf. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to save. Now, before I finish this video, I just want to go ahead and show you the different types of a flyer, or different types of a document, such as in a flyer. The first line of the flyer here that surfs up, that's called the headline. And what the headline does is it conveys the product or service being offered, such as a car for sale, lessons or sightseeing tours, or the benefit that can be gained, such as a convenience, better performance, greater security, higher earnings, or more comfort. Or it can contain a message such as a lost or found pet. Now, between the headline, or after the headline, we're going to select here, okay? This is the body copy. This is the text between the headline and the signature line that highlights the key points of a message in as few words as possible. So you can see that these are pretty small statements. They're not full sentences. So it should be easy to read and follow, and while I emphasize the positive, it should be realistic, truthful, and believable. Now this last line here, this is the signature line. So that's the last line of the flyer that contains contact information or identifies a call to action.